Was Wild West wild? It's 1 year since my move to Arizona from London. As a background story, if you're here for the first time, the US is my country number 6. Wherever I go, and especially wherever I move, I like to find out the history, the culture, the background of that place. For me personally, it's really important to find out how, why, when. And right now I am in American West rabbit hole. So if you look at the pop culture, there is like a myth of Wild West. There are like hundreds, thousands of books, stories, films that talks about Wild West, in a way romanticize it. And I actually found out that the actual Wild West lasted like, give or take, like 30 years. So like after the Civil War, so 1865 to 1890s, 95, there was actual, so basically give or take 30 years was this so-called Wild West. But it's presented, in a pop culture that it lasted and lasted and lasted. But it was just 30 years. And you feel like, oh, okay. However, look, maybe just 30 years, but has such a huge influence worldwide, how people see West, American Southwest. Many, even Europeans romanticize the American West. Started also with Buffalo Bill. There was the guy with his troop and with his shows of, cowboys going to the big cities around Europe. And people were like just fascinated by that. And a fun fact, actually, he came to my hometown in Poland, in Kraków, and he had a show there as well. So right now, today, I just wanted to share with you what I'm reading, watching, learning, fiction, nonfiction, and hopefully you can give me some good recommendations, how I can expand my knowledge and what is worth to read, to watch. I'll be really, really grateful, because I'm just like a sponge. I want you just to give me more. If you're like a total beginner, and know nothing, but you just want to know, find out, there is a really great documentary made by National Geographic. It's called Was Wild West Wild? And there's like a few episodes, and it goes back, to the history of the American West, how it all started, Texas, Mexican War, gaining more territories, expansion, pioneers, people from East coast of America, moving to the West, populating, people from Europe, looking for a better life, and Civil War, building railroads, cowboys, how the cowboys are cowboys. Okay, so the history of the cowboys. So all of this, it's there. There's not too much information that is overwhelming, and it's presented in a very nice, accessible way. So it's a good introduction, I think, for somebody who knows nothing or knows very little, or is just basically purely interested in that. So I would just recommend that. It is free on YouTube. I found it free on YouTube, the whole documentary, all the episodes in one. So it's like 2.5 or 3 hours of watch. So yeah, just go for it if you're interested. What I'm studying or learning, so I'm watching some lectures from universities, anything that is like open source, and it's for free, you can find it. And I am right now finishing, I'm just going back further to the beginning, because to understand now, or like even American West in the past, how it came to be, you need to understand the beginnings of the US. So I'm watching right now, Yale has like open source lectures discussing American Revolution. Later on, I'm planning to do also like a set of lectures about Civil War, and I think Civil War is very important because that triggered like huge, massive, movement to the West after the war, with many different reasons, but it was a huge trigger. So those are like very like those are the courses online that I am right now watching. Lots of details. Yes, I had history at school. I learned about that, but I think very briefly. So not with such details, and it's really fascinating because this is what shaped the US right now, and I'm starting to understand more. And let's go to books, nonfiction, basically history, in a way, history books. So what I have right now is American West by D. Brown. That's if you watch that National Geographic documentary. This is, I think, next book if you're really interested and you want to find out more. So I think this is a very good book to start, like later on after the documentary. I went to the library and I got the Oregon Trail, but David Derry Oregon Trail, the famous Oregon Trail from east to west, which is like it's just epic, right? And I got also like Women of the Frontier. The cliche, typically you think Wild West, American Wild West, you think men, cowboys, etc. But there were women, and they, if there were no women, there wouldn't be West. Literally, there wouldn't be American West, and they played a huge part in creating the West, American West, Southwest. So I'm planning to read that as well, and I'm waiting right now. I order a book. It's called Blood and Thunder, also a very famous one. Text about Wild West, and I'm really I can't wait to read it. Apparently it's really good. For now, these are the books, more like nonfiction historical books that I am reading or I'm planning to read. Let's get to fiction books. Obviously, if we talk about Western stories, we have to talk about okay, Lonesome Dove. Okay, that's a classic. Everybody says this is like one of the best books they've ever read. Some people, they say like, oh, you're so boring because you talk about this. Yeah, but it's so good. It's just good. I read it so fast. Like, I think it's just like less than 1 week. I just sat and just went with the flow, went with the story. It's epic. It's amazing. I really enjoy it. And I think everybody should read it. Doesn't matter if you're into Western stories or not. It's not about even that. Okay? It's much more than that. So I think everybody should read Lonesome Dove. It's worth it. It's worth it. That's all I want to say. And if it's Western stories and fiction, it has to be Louis L'Amour. Louis L'Amour books. Oh my God. I think I have no idea how many books he created, but he wrote so many. Of course, I've started the Sackett family saga. He's basically the books about the Sackett family from their time coming from Europe to to the US and going, west. But there are like lots of stories, and I think it's just you just can go and pick whatever topic you like. I read this one, for example, not a long time ago, the Cherokee Trail, because it's about a woman, a woman at the station in the West. So it's a nice, not very long. So those stories are not very long. I can see they're usually like 200 pages, and so it's a quick, very fun read. I have also Ross Santi's Cowboy, because he's going to Arizona. So this is very specifically Arizona theme. So I really want to, read it because Arizona. And let's get to movies and TV series. Because people have access to films and movies, sometimes it's easier to watch it than to read something. So and it's a they are the part of this this, some people say, myth, romanticizing the West, American West, but you can find a really good films and movies. Clint Eastwood, classic movies, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, by an Italian director. So I don't know, can you classify it as like a spaghetti Western movies? I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're like classic Clint Eastwood movies. Just go and watch one. Unforgiven, also with Clint Eastwood. Classic. I need to rewatch it now since I'm here, because I remember that movie as a somewhere, on TV when I was a kid. I want to like rewatch it now. Also, definitely Tombstone. Okay, because Tombstone is right here in Arizona. And I'm planning to visit it. I just have to visit it, because if you want that Wild West feel, everybody tells me like go to Tombstone because it has lots of history in it. Also, True Grit, and there are two options. We have the old movie, and we have a more modern one. I haven't seen the Coen brothers, so that's my plan. That's on my list. I'm going to watch that one. And I think in this category also Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner, but that I've watched a couple of times. It's a good movie. It's just a good movie, but I think that's also on my list to rewatch it. If we talk about TV series, well, obviously for me, Yellowstone universe. I love Yellowstone. I am such a huge fan of Yellowstone and all the spin-offs. No, Yellowstone is classic. I would say right now it's classic. You have to watch it. Okay, there's no like no. And if you're into West cowboys or no, you just have to watch it. It's amazing. It's a really good TV series. It's completed, so 5 seasons. You can do it. I really, really enjoy the 1883, which tells the story how basically the Dutton family came to be in Montana. It's a really good story. Has a very good characters in the main character, the daughter. Still a TV series, so dramatized, but still it shows how difficult it was to get there. Like, so originally the Duttons family wanted to go to Oregon, but the way they ended up in Montana, but it was, they started in Texas in this wagon train. I think that's how we call it, as a group of people. And it shows how people were, their hope determination and willingness of like let's get through this. It's difficult, it's challenging, it's dangerous. We might not survive. Most of us would not survive, but there is this hope for a better life, and I think it's really well shown in that TV series, and it was really like wow, yeah. And I watched it way before I even dreamt about coming to Arizona. So yeah, maybe that was the sign. That was the sign. Similarly, 1923. That is anything that happened between 1883 and Yellowstone. Also good. I just watched first season, first part, so I have to watch the second one. Harrison Ford. So Harrison Ford. That's all I'm gonna say. But yep, I really like it, and I really like that time period, like 1920s. It fascinates me. That's another time in the history that is really fascinating for me. And what I want to watch, because many people are recommending, is Deadwood on HBO. It has, I think, 3 seasons, but people say it's really good. If I want to watch about West, so they say it's like one of the greatest Western series. Yeah, I have to find out. I have HBO. I put it on my list to watch. So that's definitely going to be my next watch. Let me know what you think. Is it worth watching or no? But I think I will still would check at least one season. Okay, so not to make that video too long, this is my, let's say, personal curriculum, what I'm doing, how I'm getting know more about the history of the American West and Southwest, either nonfiction, fiction, pop culture, basically everything that created American West, how we see it right now. Yeah, so if you have any kind of recommendations, please let me know. I will try to check them and put them onto my list, into my curriculum. Basically, this is what I do my free time when I want to just sit and relax, because it's relaxing for me. So take a book, I read, or I watch. Let me know what's your favorite Western movie, Western TV series, maybe a book, or like time period in this American West history. I'll be happy to find out what's there in the Wild West. Thank you again. If you reached till the end, I really appreciate that. And see you next time.